If you do a Google search on note-taking apps, you'll get this or something close to this. And there's 9 apps here, and there's 42 more. And I'm going to show you another one that's not even listed here. So obviously, note-taking is a big deal. A lot of professionals, both in IT and in other fields, of course, take notes, and you should take notes as well. Now, there are several compelling reasons to take notes. If you ever run into something and think, I had that in school or had that in a class and I don't remember anything about it, well, you probably didn't take any notes, did you? So let's look at a note-taking app and get you started in the habit of taking notes. New tab here. I'm going to do a search here on, and there it is, CherryTree, all one word, and notes should do it for us. And the top link here is GIUSPEN. Not sure what this stands for, but anyway, that's where it's at. So this is the web page, and if you scroll down, notice it's in several languages. There's some screenshots here that there doesn't seem to be any explanation for. You can kind of glance at it and get some idea what this will do for you. But to download this, you scroll way down, and this section here is where the downloads are. So there's several Linux versions here, and by the way, one of the reasons that I use CherryTree is the fact that it comes installed in the Kali Linux distribution. And as you take more security classes, hopefully you'll get more experience using Kali, which is kind of optimized for security purposes. And this CherryTree is included in this, and it's used, for example, by candidates for certain types of certifications where you have to compromise a computer, for example, and that requires taking a lot of notes on configurations and what you tried and what you found out so far, etc. It's some of these things take hours. Okay, it's very complicated. So Kali, the distributors or the creators of Kali, have included CherryTree along with Kali, so you don't even have to install it on Kali. Anyway, for our purposes, most of us, maybe not all, need to come down to the Microsoft Windows installer here and click on this, and it'll download. And then once it's downloaded, just simply click on it and run it. Simple, straightforward installation, nothing tricky about it. And there's another version here that you can run on like a USB drive. It makes it portable, which is kind of interesting, but that's another discussion. So I've already obviously downloaded and installed this. So I'm going to run it, and ordinarily you'd go to your start menu. I have it pinned to my taskbar because I use it a lot. And my taskbar is at the top of my monitor because that's the way I like it. So here's an example that I've been just playing around with. And this will give you some idea of the structures that you can create. And these are called nodes. And you can create nodes here using this icon and this icon. And if you want one at the same level as whatever you have highlighted here, you use this one. If you want a child of that, you hit this one. So for example, right now I'm looking at dorks. And if you don't know what a dork is, you should do a Google search on Google Dorks. But I've got dorks highlighted. If I do this, and this will open up, And I can type in a name here, Child of Dorks, and click OK. Notice another node has appeared here underneath Dorks. Now, there's a link here under Dorks, and I can click on that, and it will open up a list of dorks. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And let's see what else we have here. And notice my organization here. Dorks is under Google because that's what they're used for. I've got a section on C#, which I occasionally teach. This is just a test. Here's a hacking node. And again, I'm just playing around here showing you how you can organize this. And if you right click here, there's a lot of specific things you can do with nodes. And if you right click over here, there's a list of things that you can do with inside of a node, copy, paste, etc. I would caution you, you can cut and paste into this. For example, let me show you something here. I'm going to go to here and just create another high level node here. Say I call this networking. And I want something underneath this, so I'm going to click this one, services, and I want something underneath that. Now I can probably right click right here, yeah, and add some note without having to go up to this, the menu bar. How about let's put some services under here. And if you're thinking about, I'm not interested in this is just boring. Well, I'm assuming one of these days you're going to go for a job interview, and maybe the job description mentions knowledge of DHCP. So maybe you're thinking, I remember those letters. So if you had notes, you could go back to your notes, and I'm doing this in my other monitor, by the way. I did a Google search on DHCP, got some images, and found this and pasted it in. So I'm showing you this just as an example. But if you really understood DHCP when you had it in class, you can glance at this and say, oh, I remember DORA. Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. If you were really industrious here, you could paste in some, or you could actually type in some explanation in your own words, which really helps it stick in your brain. Or I could see maybe having some packets from Wireshark here. Use of note-taking apps are so prevalent that a lot of people refer to their whatever they've got stored in their app as a second brain. So there's many compelling reasons to save notes or take notes, utilize notes. And even when you're on the job, you'll find that there's a number of special configurations or little tricks about your particular job or your the networking infrastructure, etc. That's be nice to have a little note on that. It might save you some trouble 2 years from now. So good habit to get into, taking notes. So we're going to start using CherryTree, and hopefully it'll get you into the habit of taking notes.